why you should stop intense workouts after 65, and try these 4 life-changing alternatives. After 65, overexercising can lead to joint pain, fatigue, and burnout. The key isn't pushing harder, but exercising smarter. Focus on low-impact activities like walking, swimming, or yoga to improve flexibility, balance, and strength without straining your body. Instead of intense workouts, prioritize exercises that nourish both your body and mind. By shifting to mindful movement, you'll boost energy, reduce the risk of injury, and enhance your overall well-being. It's all about living smarter with more balance and joy, not overexerting yourself. Here are 4 things to do for a healthier, happier life as you age. 1. Practice mindful rest, the power of doing less purposefully. As we age, the messages we hear about health often revolve around staying active and pushing through. While movement is indeed important, there's another side to the story that is often overlooked: rest, especially mindful rest. But this isn't about napping all day or doing nothing. Mindful rest is the intentional act of pausing, not because you're lazy, but because your body and mind deserve it. And after 65, this might be one of the most powerful things you can do to stay healthy, vibrant, and emotionally balanced. What is mindful rest? Mindful rest means being fully present during your moments of stillness. It's the conscious decision to pause, breathe, and tune in, without distractions, without guilt, and without the pressure to do more. This kind of rest is radically different from zoning out in front of the TV or scrolling aimlessly on your phone. Mindful rest is deep, nourishing, and healing. It gives your body a break, your nervous system a reset, and your mind a moment to find clarity. Why it matters after 65. As we grow older, the body's ability to recover becomes slower. This means that rest is not just a luxury, it's essential. Too much physical exertion, even in the name of staying fit, can lead to chronic fatigue, joint pain, insomnia, anxiety, and a general feeling of burnout. Many older adults confuse tiredness with aging, when in fact, what they may be lacking is meaningful rest. The good news? Just a few intentional minutes a day can bring life-changing benefits. Michelle's story, a lesson in slowing down. Let's take Michelle as an example. At 74, she had spent years as a respected yoga instructor, admired for her flexibility and energy. She followed a strict routine and prided herself on never missing a workout. But over time, something shifted. Her body started to ache. Her mind felt scattered. Her sleep was poor. And most importantly, she stopped enjoying yoga, the very thing she once loved. One morning, after pushing herself through a long session, she collapsed on her mat in frustration. In that moment of exhaustion, she had an awakening. Maybe the answer wasn't to push harder, but to let go. That was the beginning of a new journey. Michelle started practicing mindful rest. Just 10 quiet minutes every morning, eyes closed, focusing on her breath. She stopped filling every moment of her day with tasks. She allowed pauses between responsibilities. She even began drinking her water slowly after class, rather than rushing off to the next thing. Over time, Michelle's energy returned. Her back pain eased. Her sleep improved. But more than anything, she found joy again. Not in movement, but in stillness. The science behind mindful rest. Modern research supports what Michelle learned intuitively. Studies show that mindful rest reduces cortisol, the hormone responsible for stress. It also enhances focus, supports better sleep, and helps regulate blood pressure. Dr. Jake Anderson, a neuroscientist, found that even brief moments of mindfulness can help people recover faster from emotional stress and feel more resilient throughout the day. For older adults, this is crucial. Our bodies are more sensitive to stress with age, and our emotional systems can become more reactive. Mindful rest is like a daily vitamin for the brain. It strengthens your ability to bounce back from life's ups and downs. How to start simple practices for everyday life. You don't need to be a meditation expert or sit cross-legged in silence for an hour. Here are 3 easy ways to begin your own practice of mindful rest. 1. Morning stillness, 5 to 10 minutes. After waking up, sit somewhere quiet. Close your eyes. Breathe slowly. Let go of planning. Let your thoughts pass without judgment. Just sit and be. 2. Midday pauses. Between tasks, Take a 1 to 2 minute break. Sit down, stretch gently, or sip a glass of water without distraction. Even a short moment of awareness can re-energize you. 3. Gratitude reflection before bed. Each night, sit quietly and reflect on 3 small things you're grateful for that day. It could be a smile from a neighbor, a beautiful sunset, or a peaceful cup of tea. This helps your mind shift into a positive, restful state before sleep. What you'll gain? With consistent mindful rest, you'll notice better sleep quality, a less physical tension and pain, a calmer, clearer mind, more joy in daily life, a deeper connection to your body and emotions. After 65, resting isn't giving up. It's growing wiser. As Michelle discovered, when you stop trying to do it all, you actually begin to feel more alive. So the next time you feel tired, don't ignore it. Don't push through. Instead, pause, breathe, and listen. That moment of quiet might just be the healthiest thing you do all day. 2. Savor simple joys. How slowing down leads to deeper happiness. In today's fast-paced world, we're often led to believe that happiness is something to be earned through endless to-do lists, big accomplishments, or always staying busy. But what if true happiness, especially after the age of 65, has less to do with doing more and more to do with noticing more? Savoring simple joys is about reconnecting with the small, everyday moments that bring quiet contentment and peace. It's not about achieving more, but about feeling more deeply, noticing more fully, and allowing yourself to be truly present. Let me share the story of Sarah, a retired schoolteacher from Portland, who discovered this powerful truth late in life. Sarah's story, from busy to beautifully present. For most of her life, Sarah was a planner. Her days were full of tasks, commitments, and responsibilities. Even after retirement, she kept her schedule packed, volunteering, attending events, keeping up with hobbies. She believed staying busy was the secret to staying youthful. But despite her full calendar, Sarah felt something was missing. She was tired, overwhelmed, and strangely disconnected from her own life. The joy she once felt from helping others had started to fade. Then one quiet afternoon, as she was cleaning out her garage, Sarah stumbled upon a dusty old rocking chair her late husband had made for her decades ago. On a whim, she carried it out to the front porch, wiped it off, and sat down. As she rocked gently back and forth, feeling the warmth of the evening sun on her face and the breeze on her skin, something shifted inside her. For the first time in a long while, she wasn't doing anything. She was just being. And in that stillness, she found a peace that no accomplishment had ever brought her. That one moment changed everything. What are simple joys? Simple joys are the small, often overlooked pleasures that make life beautiful. The aroma of fresh coffee in the morning, birds singing outside your window, the way sunlight filters through the trees, a kind smile from a stranger, the comfort of a cozy chair or a favorite blanket. These are the moments that don't make headlines, but they make life. And as we age, these quiet pleasures can become powerful sources of meaning, stability, and joy. Why savoring matters? Psychologists call this savoring, the practice of slowing down and fully experiencing a moment with all your senses. Research shows that people who regularly savor everyday moments tend to be happier, more connected, and experience less anxiety and depression. They're also more resilient during tough times. Savoring helps anchor us in the present moment, reminding us that life doesn't always have to be fast or impressive to be fulfilling. In fact, as Sarah learned, the slower we go, the more we feel. Try this. How to savor the simple joys in your life. You don't need to change your entire lifestyle to savor more. Here are some gentle, powerful ways to start. 1. Start your morning slowly and intentionally. Rather than jumping out of bed and rushing into tasks, give yourself permission to ease into your day. Sit with a warm drink, watch the sunrise, or simply breathe deeply by an open window. Let your morning begin you, not rush you. 2. Engage your senses throughout the day. The present moment is always accessible through your senses. Take a deep breath and notice the smells around you. Listen to the subtle sounds of nature or music. Touch a soft blanket or feel the cool water when washing your hands. These small acts help pull you out of autopilot and into presence. 3. Create connection points. Sarah began setting aside time each Sunday afternoon to call her sister, a tradition they hadn't kept up since they were teens. She also visited her local farmers market weekly and took time to chat with vendors. Connection points aren't about being social all the time. They're intentional, small moments of real connection. A phone call, a shared laugh, a hug that lasts a few seconds longer. These tiny interactions, repeated regularly, create a sense of belonging and warmth that no social media feed or busy schedule can replace. 4. Pause for one beautiful moment. Every day, challenge yourself to stop, just once, and fully take in a beautiful moment. Watch leaves sway in the breeze. Smell a flower. Feel the sun on your skin. Let that moment fill you, without distraction. Write it down if you'd like. Or just smile and say, "This is enough." As Sarah discovered, true happiness in our later years doesn't come from grand achievements or staying endlessly busy. It comes from learning to notice and appreciate what's already here. You don't need to do more to live more. You simply need to slow down, be present, and savor the quiet gifts that life offers you every single day. 3. Live with gratitude. Gratitude isn't just a pleasant emotion. It's a powerful way to reshape how we experience life, especially as we grow older. At its core, gratitude is about shifting focus from what we've lost to what still remains, from what's missing to what's meaningful, and from regret to appreciation. And for many people over 65, this simple mindset can be the difference between feeling empty and feeling full of joy, purpose, and peace. Let's look at the story of Jane, a 78-year-old woman who discovered just how transformative living with gratitude can be. Jane had spent most of her life as an elementary school teacher in a small town in Arkansas. Her days used to be filled with laughter, responsibility, and constant interaction with children, co-workers, and family. But as time passed, things changed. Her children moved far away. Her husband passed on. And slowly, her days became quieter, until they felt almost too quiet. The silence of her home became a daily reminder of everything she had lost. Loneliness crept in, and joy became harder and harder to find. Then one ordinary afternoon, something unexpected happened. While cleaning out the attic, Jane came across an old notebook from her college days. It wasn't a diary filled with deep confessions or dramatic stories. Just short, simple entries about little things she had noticed and loved. One entry read, "Watched the rain from my dorm window. Peaceful." Another said, "Warm apple pie from Mrs. Blake next door, still thinking about it." Reading those words transported Jane back to those small moments. She smiled. She teared up. And most importantly, she felt something she hadn't felt in a while, warmth. That day, Jane decided to start writing again. Not about major events or long reflections, but about the little blessings in her life. She called it her gratitude journal. Each morning and evening, she wrote down 3 things she was grateful for. Some days it was the way sunlight spilled across her kitchen table. Other days, it was a call from her granddaughter, or the smell of fresh bread from the bakery down the street. They weren't big things, but they were beautiful things. And by noticing them, Jane found that her sense of emptiness began to fade. What Jane was practicing is called mindful gratitude, the act of slowing down, being present and consciously acknowledging the small joys around you. It doesn't require grand gestures or a perfect life. It simply asks you to notice what's good, right here, right now. The science backs this up. Studies show that people who regularly practice gratitude experience lower stress, better sleep, and improved mental health. Gratitude boosts the brain's production of serotonin and dopamine, our natural feel-good chemicals. It helps us reframe negative experiences and connect more deeply with others. Jane's gratitude also helped her process pain, not by ignoring it, but by placing it within a broader, more compassionate perspective. On difficult days, when the weight of missing her husband felt too heavy to carry, she would allow herself to cry. Then she'd write, "I'm grateful for the love we shared, and the memories that still make me smile." It didn't erase her grief, but it softened it. It gave her pain meaning, and reminded her that her life was still filled with love. Jane's practice soon extended beyond her notebook. She began telling people what she appreciated about them. She called her old college friend to say, "Your laughter is still one of my favorite sounds." She told the cashier at the market, "I'm grateful for your kindness every week." These small expressions deepened her connections and filled her days with a quiet sense of purpose. So how can you start living with gratitude, just like Jane? Try this, a simple gratitude practice. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They can be big or small. The comfort of your favorite chair, the smile of a neighbor, a delicious meal, or the sound of birds in the morning. What matters is noticing and naming them. Express appreciation to others. Don't wait for special occasions to tell people how much they mean to you. A simple "thank you for always checking in on me" can brighten someone's day, and yours. Acknowledge your pain but reframe it. Gratitude isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing to see the good, even in difficult times. Instead of "I'm alone," say, "I'm grateful for the memories that keep me company." Create a ritual. Jane wrote in her notebook every night before bed. You might do the same, or you could say 3 things out loud every morning while sipping tea. Find a rhythm that suits you. Living with gratitude doesn't mean you'll never have hard days. But it does mean those hard days will feel softer. It means you'll start to see more beauty in the everyday moments that once passed unnoticed. And most importantly, it means you'll feel more connected to your past, your present, and the people around you. So if life ever feels too quiet or too heavy, try what Jane did. Pick up a pen, notice the good, and give thanks. You may be surprised by how full your heart can feel, even in the simplest of days. 4. Engage your mind creatively. As we age, it's easy to focus mostly on physical health, but engaging your mind creatively is just as important for your overall well-being. While physical activity keeps the body strong, mental stimulation plays a crucial role in maintaining cognitive function, emotional stability, and a sense of purpose. In fact, keeping the mind active and curious can be one of the best ways to prevent cognitive decline, improve mental clarity, and even boost your mood. It's common for many people over 65 to slow down in terms of mental engagement, but doing so can sometimes lead to feelings of isolation, boredom, and frustration. That's why incorporating activities that stimulate your creativity can help keep your brain sharp, foster meaningful connections, and promote a deep sense of fulfillment as you grow older. Why mental stimulation is so crucial. Studies have shown that people who continue to engage in mentally stimulating activities experience lower rates of cognitive decline, including conditions like dementia and Alzheimer's disease. When you're actively learning, creating, and thinking in new ways, you're challenging your brain to make new neural connections, which keeps your mind flexible and agile. In addition to cognitive health, creativity is also linked to improved mood and emotional well-being. When you're engaged in a creative process, whether it's making art or solving a problem, your brain releases endorphins, the feel-good hormones that can lift your spirits and reduce feelings of anxiety or depression. Moreover, creativity can provide a powerful sense of purpose. It's easy to feel like you're no longer contributing meaningfully as you age, especially if you've retired or have fewer responsibilities. But when you engage in creative pursuits, you can rekindle a sense of purpose by creating something new, expressing yourself, or sharing your knowledge with others. Ways to engage your mind creatively. 1. Take up a hobby. Whether you've always wanted to learn how to paint or play a musical instrument, now might be the perfect time to dive into a new hobby. Creative hobbies don't just give you something fun to do, they also provide an opportunity to express yourself and feel accomplished. Painting or drawing. Expressing yourself visually can be a powerful way to release emotions and communicate in a way words sometimes can't. You don't need to be a professional artist to enjoy painting. In fact, just spending time with a paintbrush or sketchpad can be incredibly therapeutic. The act of creating something with your hands is both relaxing and stimulating for your brain. Gardening. If you prefer something outdoors, gardening can be an incredibly creative and rewarding activity. Growing plants allows you to interact with nature and provides a sense of accomplishment as you watch something flourish under your care. It's also a way to stay physically active without overexerting yourself. Music. Learning an instrument or singing is another great way to keep your brain engaged. Music stimulates areas of the brain associated with memory, creativity, and emotional expression. Plus, it's a fun, social activity if you choose to join a choir or take lessons. Learning a new language. The cognitive benefits of learning a new language are well documented. It challenges your brain to process new sounds, words, and grammar, which can improve memory and brain function. It's also an incredibly satisfying feeling when you can communicate in a new language, even at a basic level. 2. Join a book club or discussion group. If you enjoy reading, joining a book club or a discussion group can be a wonderful way to stay mentally engaged. Sharing ideas and engaging in meaningful conversations with others can keep your mind sharp and provide a sense of connection. When you discuss a book, you're not only thinking critically about the story, but also about the themes, characters, and ideas it brings up. This mental exercise helps to improve focus, memory, and critical thinking skills. Moreover, these groups often create a sense of community and belonging, which is essential for mental and emotional health. Socializing with others who share your interests can also combat feelings of loneliness or isolation that some older adults face. It's an opportunity to learn new perspectives and stay curious about the world around you. 3. Write letters, poems, or your life story. Writing can be an incredibly powerful tool for mental and emotional well-being. It allows you to express your thoughts, emotions, and experiences in a structured way. Whether it's keeping a daily journal, writing poetry, or telling the story of your life, writing can be both healing and meaningful. Writing letters, whether to family members, friends, or even yourself, can help strengthen your relationships and provide a sense of personal connection. Sometimes, writing letters can also be a way to process your feelings and reflect on important life events. Poetry provides a creative outlet for self-expression and reflection. Writing poems about your emotions, observations, or experiences can be incredibly cathartic. It doesn't matter if your poems rhyme or follow a specific structure. Just the act of writing can give you a deep sense of accomplishment and peace. Your life story. Writing your life story or memoir is an excellent way to preserve your memories and reflect on your experiences. Not only does it engage your mind creatively, but it also leaves a legacy for future generations. It's a wonderful way to share your wisdom and experiences, and it can give you a deep sense of purpose. Engaging your mind creatively is a simple yet powerful way to stay mentally sharp, improve emotional health, and live with a sense of purpose as you age. By taking up hobbies, joining social groups, and expressing yourself through writing or art, you're giving your brain the opportunity to thrive. These activities don't just pass the time. They enrich your life and help you stay connected to yourself and the world around you. So whether it's learning to play the piano, writing poetry, or simply picking up a paintbrush, take the time to engage your mind creatively. Not only will it keep your brain healthy, but it will also make life more enjoyable and fulfilling at any age. As we enter our 65s and beyond, it's easy to think that maintaining well-being means pushing ourselves harder, doing more, and always striving for more accomplishments. But the truth is, after 65, well-being isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters. The focus shifts from quantity to quality, and this new approach can truly transform the way you experience each day. In this phase of life, the most powerful tools we can have are rest, simplicity, gratitude, and creativity. These aren't just concepts. They are practices that can enrich your life and bring deeper joy and fulfillment. Rest isn't about slowing down to the point of inactivity, but learning the art of mindful rest, where you give yourself permission to stop and truly recharge. When you allow yourself to rest intentionally, you enhance both your mental and physical health, which ultimately gives you more energy for the things that matter most. Simplicity is about eliminating the clutter, not just physically but mentally. It's about finding joy in the small moments, slowing down, and appreciating the present. In today's fast-paced world, simplicity can be a powerful antidote to stress and overwhelm. It's about letting go of the need to always be busy and recognizing that peace and fulfillment often come from the simplest pleasures. Gratitude is perhaps one of the most profound shifts you can make in your life after 65. It's easy to focus on what's missing or what's changed, but practicing gratitude allows you to shift your perspective. It helps you appreciate the small victories, the people around you, and the beauty of the present moment. Embracing gratitude not only brings emotional warmth, but also offers a way to cope with life's challenges. Lastly, creativity is a key ingredient in staying engaged and fulfilled. Whether it's through art, music, writing, or learning something new, creativity keeps your mind sharp and brings a sense of purpose to your daily life. It's never too late to start something new, and creativity can be a wonderful source of joy and connection as you share your creations with others. As you embrace these tools, rest, simplicity, gratitude, and creativity, you begin to create a life that's more aligned with what truly matters. You'll find more peace, joy, and contentment in the simple act of being present and doing things that bring you happiness. This is how we can thrive in our golden years, not by doing more, but by doing what is truly meaningful and fulfilling. If you found value in this video and these insights, I invite you to take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe to the Longevity Guide. Your engagement helps us create more content focused on living a fuller, healthier, and happier life at every stage. Drop a comment below and share what you're most excited to incorporate into your life. Is it the art of mindful rest, finding joy in simple moments, or perhaps exploring new creative hobbies? We'd love to hear your thoughts and how you're planning to embrace these principles. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an inspiring video that will help you live your best life at every age. Join our growing community, where we can learn from each other, share experiences, and support one another in living with purpose, gratitude, and joy. Thank you for being part of this journey with us. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Keep thriving, and remember, your best years are ahead of you.